Now, that's interesting. So trying to reassure Trevor that Brad's going to be fine. Michael really insisted on keeping up with it. Hi and welcome back to the channel. My name's Dan and I'm an old grumpy gamer. Today we're going to be looking at Grand Theft Auto 5's Prologue. We're going to be exploring GTA 5's first mission and looking at the death of Brad. Was it in fact intended, or was there another target? Let's find out. Alright, we're going to pick up from the start of the cutscene. We've got Trevor, Brad, Michael in the car, plus the local. We never find out his name, incidentally enough. He's just a driver who's apparently attracted to bullets. Trevor's bailing out, starts riling up the police. They get a bit upset and shoot the driver in the head. That was a really good shot. Shotgun or not, from that distance at that speed to clock in the head, that cop knows what he's doing. Sadly, not going to have a good time. There we go, he's out. So now we zip back into third person mode and we can control the car. So what I've done here is just stuck with the plan. You'll note in a previous video I've looked at trying to go off the beaten track, trying to explore North Yankton a little bit. Didn't go so well. Rockstar really wants you to stay on track with this one, so they've made this particular level, this particular mission I should say, very, very linear. If you deviate by even 50 meters from the road, you're off. It's just not happening. So over the tracks and into the train. That's not going well for them. They've clearly not beaten the train, but we're all about to bail out and take a quick look here. There's Trevor. He's going off and he's just going to go for the chopper. Michael is really insistent on keeping up with the plan. I'm sure we'll find out why in a few moments. But there he goes. All three of them walking down. We'll have the FIB agent. There he is. Takes his shot and shoots Brad squarely in the chest. Obviously a solid piece of equipment as well, because it's exited right out the other side of his body. That's not travelled, well that has, sorry, travelled all the way through. It's not an instant kill. Brad's still writhing around there. He's clearly not having a good time. So let's go back and take a look again at what's happened there and see what's going on. So, out of the car, wandering back up again, and they're just looking to scope out where the chopper is, takes his shot and off he goes. Trevor goes to cover, Michael stands out of cover. That's really unusual. One would expect that once the shot was heard, everyone else would just scatter like Trevor did. He instantly reacted, went down and behind the, it's not a dumpster, it's something. Is it a dumpster? It looks like a dumpster. Alright, yes, let's call it a dumpster. But anyway, Michael has stayed clearly in the line of fire there, which alludes to the fact that this was a setup from the get-go. It wasn't just a coincidence that happened. Let's go back. I want to take a look at this in slow-mo and see why Brad actually got the shot. So slowing it right down, we've got them walking up. There's the FIB agent, takes his shot. Now that's interesting, because we've got Trevor there, which is, he's got a clear shot on, but Brad is starting to walk across from the centre over to their right-hand side, our left-hand side. So that means when everything's being lined up, bang, there's the shot. And if we look where the entry wound is for Brad, let's even go back and take a bit of a shot of that one. If we look for where the entry wound is for Brad, he's going across there. The FIB agent, I don't think he was expecting him to be there. I suspect quite strongly Trevor was the target for that one. Well, now that's really interesting. I'm going to go back and just confirm that, because it's, yeah. And slow-mo again. Let's go frame by frame this time, so we can see the lineup. And as Brad crosses, is that? Could it be? I'm not a forensic scientist. I don't play with guns at all. As I've said in previous videos, I'm an Australian living in the UK. Not a lot of call for firearms over here. Certainly no Second Amendment rights as people in the US have. But it looks to me like Brad has literally been caught in the crossfire there. I could be wrong. Let's go back and take a look. So again, frame by frame, in we go, and Brad, there it is taking the shot. Yeah. You know what? I don't think Brad was the target. Going back again, I genuinely don't think Brad was the target. Alright, let's go back and take one really solid look at this. Nope, I don't think it was. I think Brad was in fact not an innocent victim in this one, but he's certainly not the intended target of the FIB agent. I suspect quite strongly that Trevor was meant to be the one who caught a bullet. And I think that might be backed up as a setup. I think Trevor was meant to take a bullet, and I'm wondering if Michael getting hit was a backup plan. That's really interesting. Let's go through the next little bit there, where after Brad's been hit, let's see how the other boys react. So there's Brad. Now that's interesting. So Trevor instantly scatters. He's looking for cover. I presume that's an outhouse dumpster or something. I'm not entirely sure. But Michael really takes his time there. Look at him. He's out in the open. There is clearly someone shooting at them. There is clearly a sniper somewhere. But Michael, instead of going for cover, which I presume is the thing that you do, having never been caught in a firefight, he's out there. He's down and he's up and looking around, trying to reassure Trevor that Brad's going to be fine, which clearly he's not. He's taken a chest shot and he's writhing around in pain, obviously, but that was a through and through. If you saw the exit wound, and I'll bring up a snap of that as well, that was a through and through, which also suggests there was a really powerful gun. That's not some little squirt thing where it just rattles around inside you. It went clean through, which again, I suppose would have changed the trajectory of the bullet, but I would have thought maybe Trevor caught something from that. He clearly hasn't. It's obviously a bit of an oversight there, or it could just be a deliberate plot point. But Trevor scatters. Michael stays out in the open, holding all of the cash, incidentally. And that seems unwise to put all of the cash in one duffel bag or have one person carrying it. One would think that you've split it across there. Although, hang on, looking at this again. So Michael and Brad both have duffel bags, but Trevor doesn't. I'm smelling a setup. I really think Michael has set Trevor up here to get shot by the FIB. So the FIB agent can take some credit for taking down Trevor Philips, who is clearly not a mentally well man. So Brad's down. Trevor scatters, and then Michael hits the dirt, and he's out. He's out in the open when he really doesn't need to be. He's then standing up and making himself the biggest target he can possibly be. Now, I'm not sure if you noticed in the background there as well, once he's been shot, our FIB guy makes a move for it. He's up the back there. I'll see if I can zoom in on that one. But he is gone. So he's not there when the locals show up, which means that there's some kind of deniability. It really speaks to this being a setup from the get-go. Michael's up in the open. Let's have a look again at his shirt there. He's clearly caught something, but I suspect the blood on his shirt there is from the car crash. and just underneath there's a hint of an undershirt. There's something that's underneath his regular shirt, which is under his jacket. I suspect he's wearing a bulletproof vest there as well, or he's not been hit at all, because it does not look like he's bleeding. We can clearly see him with Brad there. He's caught a bullet wound. They've got a really light jacket on him to make it very, very obvious as well, which again goes to show just how well Rockstar consider each of these story points in each of the games. So again, just fantastic. When Trevor scatters, he's wearing light clothes, but Michael, I think they've deliberately put dark clothes on him so you can't see when he stands up and he catches one. And he doesn't go down like Brad either. I suspect that even though he might be wearing a bulletproof vest under there, our FIB agent has deliberately missed Michael so that he doesn't catch anything, and Michael's fallen over. So if we look at the way Brad goes down, he just drops like a sack of potatoes. But Michael, we have that shot, and there is that split second where he has to react, and he just topples down in a way that's not going to hurt him too much. So I suspect quite strongly, even though he's wearing a bulletproof or a flak jacket or a bulletproof vest underneath his clothes there, our FIB fella didn't hit him at all. Which then leads into the setup where Trevor is now hidden. We've got Michael with a bag of money, we've got a soon-to-be dead Brad with a bag of money, and Trevor walks away with literally nothing but his freedom. So yeah, I think it's part of the conspiracy. Brad was never meant to die. Trevor was meant to die instead. And that means the events of GTA 5, where we see Trevor reunited with Michael and Franklin doing some crazy stuff with them, were probably never fated to happen if that FIB agent had done his job correctly, rather than doing his job the way he did it. So, I suspect that's it. I'm going to call this one a failure on FIB's part, which set up the violent rampage 15 years later. So that's really interesting. Okay, well that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you getting to the end of it. I will pop some links up in the next part, so please like, subscribe, and we'll catch up again soon. Thank you very much for watching.